If you want to validate your skills and knowledge in VMware Cloud technologies, you should consider taking the VMware Cloud Professional 2V0-33.22 exam. This exam covers topics such as VMware Cloud concepts, architecture, services, networking, security, and operations. Passing this exam will demonstrate your ability to design, deploy, and manage VMware Cloud solutions in various scenarios. You will also earn the VCP-VMC 2023 certification, which can help you advance your career and gain recognition in the industry. 1. Which 2 steps must an administrator take in order to deploy an instance of Azure VMware solutions? Choose 2. A. Create a support request with Microsoft Azure Support to create a host quota. B. Deploy and configure Microsoft Enterprise Edge (MSEE) appliances. C. Create a support request with VMware Support to create a private cloud. D. Associate the subscription with a Microsoft Enterprise Agreement. E. Deploy and configure Microsoft Azure ExpressRoute. 2. A cloud administrator needs to extend a network and requires that routing be handled at the source. Which network segment type does VMware HCX Network Extension create in the VMware Cloud Software Defined Data Center (SDDC) when extending the network? A. Extended. B. Routed. C. Private. D. Disconnected. 3. Which 2 components are required in order to deploy a Tanzu Kubernetes grid cluster in VMware CUD environment? Choose 2. A. Tanzu CLI. B. Supervisor namespace. C. vSphere VM folder. D. vSphere resource pool. E. YAML manifest file. 4. If a company connects their data center to a VMware Cloud on AWS Software Defined Data Center (SDDC) instance through a virtual private network (VPN) and advertises a 0.0.0.00 route, what is the expected behavior of the SDDC compute network traffic? A. All compute and management traffic will egress to the data center. B. All compute network traffic destined for the data center will egress through the VPN, but all Internet traffic will egress through the cloud provider Internet Gateway. C. All compute network traffic will egress through the cloud provider Internet Gateway. D. All compute network traffic will egress to the data center. 5. A cloud administrator needs to create an isolated network segment for use in disaster recovery test. Which type of network segment is required? A. Private. B. Routed. C. Extended. D. Disconnected. 6. Which 3 functions are provided by the components within the Kubernetes control plane? Choose 3. A. Balances pods across the nodes within a Kubernetes cluster. B. Ensures that containers are running in a pod. C. Configures network rules to route traffic to containers within the Kubernetes cluster. D. Stores Kubernetes cluster data in a key-value data store. E. Watches the API for changes and responds with appropriate actions. F. Stores and distributes container images. 7. How is a Tanzu Kubernetes cluster deployed in a VMware Cloud environment? A. Using the VMware Cloud Console. B. Using VMware Tanzu Mission Control. C. Using the standard open-source kubectl. D. Using the vSphere plugin for kubectl. 8. In VMware Cloud Disaster Recovery, VCDR, a protection group consists of which two components? Choose two. A. Members. B. Policies for snapshots. C. Virtual Machine File System, VMFS, data stores. D. VM customizations. E. Clusters. 9. A cloud administrator is managing a VMware cloud environment consisting of a single cluster with two hosts. The administrator is trying to create a new virtual machine and is getting the following error message: cannot complete file creation operation. There are currently 2 unable failure domains. The operation requires 3 more usable fault domain. Failed to create object. A. The VM storage policy is configured incorrectly for the cluster. B. There is insufficient CPU and memory based on the current virtual machine resource reservation settings. C. One of the hosts is in maintenance mode. D. vSphere Distributed Resource Scheduler, DRS, is enabled. 10. A cloud administrator is managing a VMware cloud on AWS environment connected to an on-premises data center using IPsec VPN connection. The administrator is informed of performance issues with applications replicating data between VMware Cloud and the on-premises data center. The total bandwidth used by this replication is 3.8 gigabits per second. What should the administrator do to improve application performance? A. Deploy VMware HCX. B. Deploy AWS Direct Connect. C. Deploy a Layer 2 VPN connection. D. Contact VMware support to request more bandwidth for IPsec VPN connection.